Welcome. My name is Mark Zilke, and you know me as Bizman YXE, where I share stories of advocacy, of community, of business, and of politics. Today I'm with my good friend Nick Quigley from Q5 Consulting Incorporated, and Nick has this amazing system that you are bringing to the market, not only into Saskatoon, but to Saskatchewan and possibly even wider. And I want our viewers to find out more about this. I hear that they can save money and it helps them succeed. That's what I love. Take it away.
Thanks, Mark. Our software, what it does is it allows for the man hours that are traditionally used to become more of an automated system. So what we look at is we look at the risk function of every tailored business, all customized. Then once we figured out what there is as a risk, whether that be an internal risk, whether it's an external risk, even at this point in the game, you're looking at just the morale of employees, which is an
Absolutely.
intangible risk.
Yes.
And the fear of what's going on right now, and the uncertainty, and the changing politics, and the changing legislation, and all that realm is where we specialize, and that's what we do for a living. So the software takes away a lot of traditional paper writing, traditional policy writing, and it automates it all into a system that is easily kept up to date. Because there's nothing worse than having a plan on the shelf that when you need it, you pull it out and you look and it's 8 years old.
That absolutely useless.
It is.
And yet a lot of investment was put into that.
A lot of time, a lot of effort. From colleagues on my end, it's a lot of love and care. We generally really care about these businesses, because without them, we don't have a company either. So we really cherish our clients. We really treat them well. We try to do the best by them, even if, we wake up tomorrow and legislation completely changes,
Right.
which is a big possibility right now.
So take us through, and again, I want our viewers to understand how you are not only creating an effective and efficient environment, but also you're saving them money. And we've had now a couple months of COVID-19. We hear of businesses who are struggling, and in fact, many businesses who are not going to be able to reopen their doors. So let's dive into a little bit of the cost-saving measures that businesses could expect by utilizing your solution.
So the biggest one that they're going to see in the short term is how it can automate a lot of systems in the operations side. So
Okay.
where we're already working at a reduced capacity or a reduced clientele base, especially in the retail or the salon market, where we have to maintain so much distancing and there's so much PPE being used now, and the costs are ever rising. Well, to be efficient and to automate some systems, so that way the ownership or the senior management can then stop worrying about what happens tomorrow and how is operations going to work tomorrow. So the system actually kind of takes away a lot of that active thinking and allows it to do it all on its own. And then when something does come, instead of the senior management looking at it and going, now we have to react to this, or a reactive model of decision making, the
Right.
system will set triggers to act before that occurs as best as possible. And that's where we come in and we identify all those with the management. But we make sure that it becomes a proactive model of decision making, where then there's time to make effective, educated decisions.
Okay. So this is going to help any industry that has any sort of management system in place. And it will also, from what you're saying, it will also take out the need to have somebody paid at top dollar to do something that this system could do for pennies on the dollar.
It could, if that's really the way that a business wants to go. Our purview and our hope would be that they don't get rid of that person.
Sure.
Those people
Absolutely.
are worth their weight in gold, especially if they are very effective at their job.
But you are able to help them be more efficient then with this system.
That's correct. We would like to use it and kind of marry it into the company, where they can then be more effective in making decision making when it comes to another pandemic or even a flood or a fire or anything of a natural disaster. Like, the system will go as far to identify risks that we customize to the business. If you have trade secrets that you're worried about, we put that in as a risk, and then we identify and we search out what the risk level actually is on it.
So let me ask you, Nick, because folks out there I know are going to be interested about this. And of course, you know, it's not just, as you mentioned, it's not just about saving money, it's about being ahead of the curve. And I want to know if folks, when folks get in touch with you, are you able to run them through a modeling of this system?
We have architectural software techs that can run through demos.
Okay.
They have it fully loaded in demo mode. They can run them through the system. You can ask as many questions as you want. The one that I use personally, he is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the system. He actually was involved in the actual creation from the ground up
Of the system.
of this system.
Okay. And then, Nick, for yourself personally, how long have you been in this sphere? How long have you been doing what you do?
So I traditionally came from the military. I actually joined in 2001. I wasn't even out of high school when I joined the Army. And then I retired in September of last year.
Okay.
And have decided to use my skills that the Army so nicely gave me and paid me to do all those years, and then to transfer them in to a model that's usable in the civilian world and in the business world. So I also carry a degree in emergency and security management as well. So it's right in that risk field.
Perfect. Well, Nick, first of all, before we go any further, I want to say thank you for your service to Canada and to the people of Canada. That is significant and needs to be celebrated. Folks, if you are at all looking to streamline your systems, to figure out and be ahead of the curve, whether it becomes averting disaster, but also, you know, something as simple as the next wave of COVID, please get in touch with my friend Nick, Q5 Consulting Incorporated, and I know that you'll be taken care of. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Mark.